Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. So I am absolutely thrilled to dive into this topic with you because honestly, it has the power to completely transform how you connect with your audience. We're looking at a super fascinating concept today. This idea that mirroring a customer's actual, grounded reality drives a way faster, way deeper connection than, well, any amount of polished marketing hype ever could. I mean, we've all seen those glossy campaigns, right? The ones that sound amazing but somehow just don't make us want to click buy. Well, today, we're going to unpack exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how the absolute highest performing brands do the exact opposite to win our trust.
Here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. First, we'll look at the generic marketing trap. Second, mirroring your customer's reality. Third, authenticity drives brand loyalty. And finally, we'll walk through 3 steps to better messaging.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the generic marketing trap, or why hype falls flat.
So let me ask you something to start us off. When you look at your current campaigns, are they actually reflecting the messy, real-life reality of your buyers? Or are they kind of relying on some dusty marketing theory you learned years ago? It's almost like a tug of war. On one side, we have generic marketing language, those broad, sweeping promotional statements that just sound like a corporate brochure. But on the other side, we have reality-based messaging. This uses the exact words your customers use when they're frustrated or tired or just trying to get a specific goal accomplished. Now, when you lean on that broad promotional language, you probably think you sound super professional. But actually, scratch that. What you're really doing is distancing yourself from the buyer. You're playing a game of corporate buzzword bingo instead of, just having a real conversation.
And this brings us right to the core problem, marketing theory messaging. What is that? Basically, it means using broad promotional language and exaggerated promises rather than grounded, real-life customer experiences. I mean, have you ever read a product description that promised to revolutionize your paradigm? Yeah, that's marketing theory right there. The major issue with relying on those exaggerated promises instead of grounded reality is that it leads to a massive drop in trust. Buyers are smart. They read those crazy promises and immediately put their guard up, simply because they don't feel genuinely understood by the brand.
Moving right along to Section 2, mirroring your customer's reality, grounding your message.
Okay, so our source material drops this absolute gem of advice. Review customer reviews or support messages and use the exact wording customers naturally use. Guys, this is the secret sauce. The absolute highest performing e-commerce brands out there, they aren't sitting in a boardroom dreaming up clever slogans. No way. They study how customers naturally describe their own problems. They go straight to the source. For example, if a customer complains, my back aches after sitting at my desk for 10 minutes, the brand doesn't write, ergonomic lumbar support for prolonged sedentary periods. Nope. They write, stop your back from aching after 10 minutes at your desk. It hits totally different, right?
The crucial takeaway here is simple but incredibly powerful. Customers engage way more deeply when they feel understood. When your messaging feels deeply rooted in a customer's actual daily routines, this crazy psychological shift happens. They read your product page or your ad, and they literally recognize themselves in your words. They're thinking, wow, this brand gets exactly what I'm going through. And because the messaging feels like their actual reality rather than just, marketing theory, they genuinely trust you.
Which brings us to Section 3, authenticity drives brand loyalty. The long-term wins.
Look, this isn't just about getting a quick click or a fast sale. There are massive compounding business benefits to swapping out polished hype for realistic communication. Authentic messaging builds long-term success in a few key ways. First off, it shortens the path to purchase. Why? Because when customers recognize their own experiences in your copy, emotional relevance just spikes. They don't have to sit there and wonder if the product is for them. They already know for sure that it is. Second, it strengthens your positioning. Your brand becomes known for practical understanding, not empty promises. Third, it drives emotional alignment. Your buyers actually feel emotionally connected to your business. And finally, the whole shebang builds stronger, lasting loyalty. Buyers just trust brands that feel connected to real life.
Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Okay, this all sounds fantastic, but how do we actually find this reality-based language? Well, it's the most important question we can ask, and it pivots us right into the final, most actionable part of our explainer today. We know we need this exact phrasing, but what's the actual mechanism to extract it? Let's get into it. Section 4, 3 steps to better messaging, a concrete guide.
All right, here are the 3 clear steps you need to take to completely overhaul your messaging. Step 1, review customer reviews and support messages. You've got to gather the raw data. Open up your Amazon reviews, your Shopify feedback, or your Zendesk support tickets. Look specifically at where your customers are naturally typing out their thoughts. Step 2, identify natural wording about frustrations and goals. Now, don't look for what you want them to say, look for what they're actually saying. Highlight the exact phrases they use to describe their pain points and what they're trying to achieve. And step 3, use that exact language in your ads, emails, and product pages. I mean, literally copy and paste their natural phrasing right into your marketing assets. Don't dress it up, don't try to make it sound professional. Leave it raw, real, and totally grounded in their reality.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Are you selling polished hype or connected reality? It's a really simple question, but honestly, an incredibly profound one. If your marketing feels disconnected right now, it's probably because you're relying on that dusty marketing theory we talked about earlier. But hey, now you have the exact 3-step guide to dive into your customer reviews, extract that natural language, and completely transform your messaging. So stop guessing, start mirroring, and watch just how much faster your buyers connect. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this source material today. Now go out there and get real with your audience.